Once again, Destined to be Goblin goes international. Today we've got 6 candy bars from the UK. Welcome back, Goblins and Goblinettes, to another edition of Destined to be Goblin. Destined Goblin here. This is where I will try a food product of some kind, maybe something you didn't even know existed, and I will decide whether or not I should give it my Destined Goblin seal of approval. You heard me correctly. I have 6 candy bars from the UK. There is a real possibility of me slipping into a sugar coma here, so maybe I should be live streaming this instead of filming it, but we'll live dangerously. The important thing to know about these is that I got all of these candy bars at my local grocery store. I did not have to go to an international market. I did not have to order these. I did not have to go anywhere special for these. I don't know if this is just a Florida thing or if it's happening nationwide, but I am starting to see that more and more of the big grocery store chains are putting in larger and larger sections in the grocery stores with international foods. And there are some real treasures that I am starting to find in my regular grocery store now, things that are being imported into the area. So check out your local grocery stores, see if there's one of those international aisles. You never know what you're going to find here. I do have Monster Mug loaded with some nice cold water. I think we're going to need it as a palate cleanser here. And we are going to just dive in and get started on these. And I'm just going to go ahead and describe them as they come up. The first one we're going to start with is called Flake. This is made by Cadbury. Now, Cadbury should be a pretty familiar name as far as chocolate goes, as far as candy goes. I also want to apologize in advance. I think this video may run long just because there's so many different things to try here. But we're going to go ahead and start with Flake. And let's see if I can get some information on this. The nutrition information is a little bit more difficult to understand when you start talking about international units and things like that. So we're going to go ahead. It's listed in energy and a percentage. So we're just going to go ahead and skip the nutrition information. But it does say this is the crumbliest, flakiest milk chocolate. So that is the feature of this Flake bar. So let's go ahead and try this one. These all come from the UK, and they say that they are all imported from the UK. So here we go. There is a look at a Cadbury Flake bar. Now, those of you that may be international viewers, you may know a lot about these things. This is the first time for me ever coming across something like this. So kind of interested to see where this one goes. It looks like maybe almost like a wafer or something like that. Let's just take a bite and see what we get. Oh. That was not at all what I was expecting. That's solid chocolate. That is a solid bar of chocolate. I did not anticipate that at all. Now, the flavor, the chocolate, yeah, it does have that familiar Cadbury chocolate flavor to it. If you've ever had a Cadbury egg, those are, I know Mrs. Goblin loves those around Easter time. That's very much what this flavor is like without the creaminess, without the egg part in the middle. That chocolate shell is a solid bar of that chocolate shell. They're absolutely correct. That is very crumbly, very flaky, very good. Unfortunately, I don't remember how much I paid for any of these. I gathered them over the period of a couple of weeks, so I really don't remember how much I paid for these. Actually, I think I'm going to go with this one next because we do have another Cadbury offering here. Cadbury Crunchy. Let's see if we've got some information on this one. No real description of what this candy bar is, however, so I guess we're just going to have to open it up and see what we get. Okay, now that definitely has something inside of it. That is not solid chocolate this time around. And considering that this is Cadbury Crunchy, I'm guessing, I have nothing to go on here other than just the guess that there's something like a Twix bar inside, maybe some kind of wafer, something like that. Let's see what we get. Oh, I've encountered something like this before. I actually encountered something like this in one of my other videos before. Not sure if I'll get that one out first or this one. But this is sort of that crispier, harder, I guess maybe nougat. But it looks like there's also a center. It looks like there's maybe a caramel or something in the center there. It sort of does have a caramel flavor to it. This is very reminiscent of a malted milk ball. Something like Whoppers. If you've ever had Whoppers, it's like a Whopper sort of in a bar form. Yeah, I think the most accurate description of that would be malted milk. That's not my favorite type of candy overall. So this one I can sort of take it or leave it. Crunchy. That one was called Crunchy. That's from Cadbury. The chocolate is very good, however. All right, this one is from Nestle, and I do know that this is a popular candy bar in the UK. This is called Lion. I have seen the Lion Choco right there. I have seen these in just about every store that sells international candy from the UK. I have seen these everywhere. This one is 240 calories for this bar. And let's see if we have any description on here. You know, there really is no description on any of these. Whereas if you look at like a Snickers bar or a Twix bar or a Kit Kat or something like that, you'll get a little description on there. Peanuts, nougat, caramel. You'll see crispy wafers in chocolate, something like that. Really no description at all on any of these. But there's a picture of what we can expect. So let's go ahead and open up the Choco Lion. Okay, so from the outside, this reminds me of I'm going to show my age here. They used to call them $100,000 bars. I think they're called 100 grand now. But you can see all the little crispies that are inside of there. Very much, the exterior very much looks like the 100 grand. So let's take a bite. Okay, the interior looks similar to 100 grand as well. I like 100 grand, and I know this is a very popular candy bar in the UK, but I don't like this. I don't like the chocolate. I don't think whatever is all in the center there, those crispy, those whatever those are, if they're wafers or cookies or whatever that is, I don't like the flavor of those. What I'm assuming would be crisp rice that's in there doesn't do a lot flavor-wise. It gives it that texture, it gives it that crunch, and then there's a caramel in there as well, which I don't think has a great flavor to it either. Not crazy about this one. That's my first time ever having a Lion Choco. Not sure I'm going to ever have that one again. It's not terrible, it's just a lot of calories to commit to something that's not great. All right, let's move on to Terry's Chocolate Orange. So this is another product from the UK, imported from the UK. And let's see if we have any information about this one. Just milk chocolate flavored with real orange oil. You don't see that very often in an ingredient. And there's a look at that candy bar right there, what we should see inside. This is probably going to be like one of those, never remember the name of those, the round ball of chocolate, looks like an orange, and you smash it. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll try to put a graphic up on that. I love those things, and I can never remember the names of them. Okay, so this is an interesting looking candy bar. Look at that. It actually does look like orange slices sort of layered together. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's get a bite of this one. I don't know why. I know there was no reason to, but I sort of expected there to be a filling in that. But it is solid chocolate. But it has a very nice orange flavor to it. I love orange flavored chocolate, and this is very good. This is a quality one right here. I would definitely try this one again. A very, not a strong orange flavor to it, but you definitely know while you're eating that chocolate that there's another flavor there. You get that orange flavor with it. This is good. And finally, 2 offerings from Nestle in the form of Aero bars. This one is purely chocolate. This is 200 calories for this entire bar. Sushi's joining me now to check out what's happening. This one is actually broken. Okay, this might be a little bit difficult to get a good look at this because it is broken and it is kind of crumbling. Okay, so this one is just crumbling and it's a mess. That is a look at the Aero bar. Let's give this one a shot. It does have, you can see there's little holes in there, little air pockets in there. Okay, that one was a mess, and I spared you the graphic details of that one sort of splattering all over. But that is a good candy bar. It's a very creamy milk chocolate. It does have those little air pockets in it, but you really don't get any effect off of it. So it's not like some of those candy bars where they have those air pockets and it makes them almost a little bit more crunchy. You don't really get that with that. It's a very smooth, very creamy, very flavorful chocolate. So that's a good one. All right, and finally we have Delightful Peppermint Aero from Nestle. This one is 200 calories as well. Let's hope this one is in a little bit better shape. We can get maybe a little bit better look at this one. This does appear to be a little bit more intact. There we go. So you can see that it has those little bubble pieces sort of partitioned there. Let's see if I can crack one of these off. There we go. There's a good look at that Delightful Peppermint Aero. And you can see the little pieces that are crumbling off of there. It is a very crumbly candy bar. All of these Aero bars apparently are very crumbly. Here we go. Peppermint. Wow. Wow, that's powerful. You need to be a very strong peppermint fan to really appreciate this one. I like peppermint. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite flavor. It's not the first thing that I would choose. Definitely not the first thing that I would choose in a chocolate bar. It's a very powerful peppermint flavor in that one. But overall, I'm pretty happy with all of those candy bars. I'm happy with the experience of being able to try some things from a different country. And the fact that I was so easily able to get those things in my local grocery store, that just adds to the experience. I'm going to give this whole round of chocolate bars a 3-star seal of approval. All right, there we go. All of those candy bars were from the UK. All of them were obtained from my local grocery store. I did not have to special order them. I did not have to go to any international markets. I was able to get those all down the international aisle at my local grocery store. So check out your local grocery store and see what you can find in the international section. Maybe you will find some treats there as well. And I will catch you next time.